Hello, and welcome back to the Sandy and Jesse Rodriguez team. Hope you're doing well today. Today is another beautiful, beautiful day here. Cloudy and really comfortable and cool here in San Antonio, Texas. Today I'm going to ask for your input, something that is rather personal and may not be at ease in talking about it. I had to learn this as I grew up. I'd like to have your comments today, thoughts, remarks on hugs. Is there a proper way to hug one another? And you're probably wondering, Jesse, why are we talking about hugging? Well, hear me out, and you can make a comment. I respect your opinions. I believe that in today's environment, the way that the world is actually getting closer, we're no longer, but through the communications that we have, it's no longer, we're no longer as a separate world. I think we'll be getting closer. We have conventions and workshops now that brings people from throughout the world, different countries, as we're going to be doing this weekend in Denver. And we'll get to see new friends. And in my opinion, we'll hug. I think it's a way of saying hello and getting to know each other. How did you learn to hug? I learned through, as I grew up. In my family, when I was growing up, it wasn't something that I would see, not in our family. And I went on, and definitely not in high school, not nowadays or back then, kids were not into hugging. But that I saw it one another. You shook hands, and with a girl, you say hello. But in our family, it wasn't something that I grew up with. Then as I went on through my career, and I got to travel throughout the country and through other countries, then I became exposed to this tradition. And I then learned, I guess by observing and watching, whether there is a proper way to hug and who to hug. Not all of us are comfortable with hugging, and there's always the macho man, the man to man, just extend the hand. It's a handshake, and oh, hey, don't start hugging on me. And but I guess we're becoming more and more comfortable with that. Or does that come with age? Do you feel more comfortable now as you're into, and I'll speak for myself, I'm now into my senior citizen years, and does the younger generation still not feel comfortable with hugging? Definitely, there's hugging in a family, family members, that definitely. And as I was getting back to how I learned, then it evolved. I guess all of us then, even though in our background we didn't have it, but we all then started growing up, experiencing the customs that we observe in other people, that now when I go home, it's almost as if we were brought up from the very beginning. We hug each other, and we expect, especially in family, to hug each other. Now, in my culture or my tradition, my close friends, are considered extended family. So friends come over to the house, most definitely they all get a hug from, whether it's from my brothers and sisters, and they're my friends, and the same thing with them. Their friends are our friends. So definitely there is a time and place, I guess. And one thing that I have to consider is to look for a sign and respect that person who doesn't want a hug. And also, what is the proper way to hug? Years back, Sandy and I were fortunate enough to be in a workshop at our workplace in Department of Defense. And I forget what the theme of the workshop was, but it was by Brian Tracy. And in one of the segments, I believe he also touched base on proper way to do a handshake, whether that's with a man or with a lady, and how to hug. His suggested method was that the heart goes over the heart of the other person, so it's heart to heart. That's where the feeling is from a heart to heart. So that means from your left side to the other person's left side. And whether you squeeze or tighten, it's kind of just Then of course, now and then you'll see the bump. The macho man kind of give just the bump. The shoulder. So. What are your beliefs? What has been your custom or your family's custom? Again, as we go throughout the world, there are certain countries that do not hug, and we have to respect that. That's their belief, so we have to. However, how do we become aware of that? It's interesting. How do we do? I know there are certain countries that do not believe in hugging. So, your comments, please. What has been your experience on the proper way to hug, when and where? Are you a hugger? Do you expect people to hug you? Or do you say, oh, I respect my space, And there's some people like that, and I respect that, It's their space. So, your comments, please, on the proper way to hug. And be seeing you, a lot of my good friends for the first time this coming weekend. Definitely some hugging in place. So this is Sandy and Jesse Rodriguez team. I bid you a good day. Take good care of each other. Bye now.